At Vibe Aesthetics and Wellness, we believe confidence isn't just how you look, it's how you feel. From subtle, natural aesthetics to personalized wellness care, everything we do is intentional. This is beauty with purpose. At Vibe Men's Health, we take that same approach. We focus on what matters most: strength, energy, and performance. Built on real data, real medicine, and real results, we're here to help you look better, feel stronger, and live fully. Come vibe with us today.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I hope all of you had a fantastic Sunday. It's been a toasty one, but we have to get ready for an even toastier work week ahead. So I'm here to let you know everything you need to know for your Monday morning and onwards as we get ready for the 4th of July coming on up. But take a look at our headlines. Mississippi mugginess, it is in full swing. We have felt it this weekend. We're going to feel it even more heading into the work week. These hot, toasty temperatures get even toastier throughout the next few days ahead. Those rain chances, they stay unimpressive. They're still on the table, but only affecting maybe a county at a time. If we can get those to verify, they have an uphill battle to fight to verify, but most of us will continue to stay dry, but still rooting on maybe a few chances, bothering just a few of us, and honestly not bothering at this point. We'll welcome them with open arms. Will we see relief by the 4th? That's going to be the question as we get throughout the work week ahead, as it will be toasty nonstop day after day after day. And unfortunately, that will pretty much continue towards the holiday weekend coming on up. So we're going to give you the latest, get you prepared, because we have quite a bit of toasty conditions to get through before we can make it towards the weekend together. But low 80s will be the story by 11 o'clock still tonight. So even by 10:03, as we get closer towards 11, we're still talking about low 80s, feeling a little bit warmer than that. Mid 70s by 2 o'clock, that's about as low as we can cool off as we enjoy clearer skies as we're starting off our Monday morning. Low 80s by 8 and already back in the low 90s by 11 o'clock tomorrow. But let's transition here in the Room Shroom Weather Center as we take some live looks all across North Mississippi. Let's start off out here in Pittsboro. 79 degrees, feels like 82. That sun continues to set. You can just see a faint glow out there in the distance, but still beautiful shot out there with those feels like values. Still slightly warmer, but not quite as dramatic as what we saw earlier on today. Out here in Edison, just outside of the Starkville community, 79 degrees, again, feels like 82. Looks to be the moon out there in the background, or at least a very, very bright star, but still, nonetheless, low 80s if you're walking out the door this evening to enjoy any last-minute weekend plans. Out here in Alcorn County, 81 degrees, feels like 86, so still mid-80s. Southerly winds coming in around 5 miles per hour, allowing us to still feel these muggy conditions even by 10 o'clock tonight. But our Mama Justice Doppler radar still showing us dry conditions across North Mississippi. Typically not usual that I would talk about the past few weekends here, as we've been in a soggy, just wet pattern here. Not the case anymore, and I know we kind of wish we were, because now we're talking about these toasty conditions. They're going to continue to linger on because rain chances still pretty much non-existent. And that's because we don't really have any weather makers across our region and pretty much within the southeast in general. We do see this cold front pretty much off the east coast out there in the Atlantic, pushing away from the United States, bringing those rain chances with it. But what's setting up here pretty much on the eastern side of the United States is this heat dome. It's just a strong high pressure system that's allowing sinking motion to take place, that heat to continue to build up. We're going to see that motion continue to build in from the Gulf. That's allowing us to feel super muggy. And that's just the story throughout the next few days. So let's take a look at that here on Futurecast. We can see those southerly winds blowing all across our region, especially a little bit more breezy further out west we go. But we're staying dry nonetheless here in North Mississippi, continuing to stay pretty much mostly clear throughout the overnight period, enjoying a sunny start to our Monday morning. And we will start to see maybe some clouds, but notice you really got to squint to see some of this here on Futurecast. So it's not really going to be any meaningful cloud cover, so hard to find some shade tomorrow. Enjoy your time indoors in the AC, take advantage of it, and you can actually see the shadow of that high pressure system further on northeast, allowing this just heat dome to continue to build here in the southeast and pretty much just the eastern United States. So take a look at the next 24. Again, sunny skies pretty much all day long, mid 70s by 6 o'clock, quickly working our way up towards the mid 90s by tomorrow afternoon. Even by 6 o'clock, we're still within upper 90s and slowly cooling off towards the mid 80s by 9. Just going to be a brutal stretch as we get started with the work week. And pretty much throughout the next few days ahead. But let's take a look at our overnight planner. Again, dry conditions all night long, low 80s starting off at 11, slowly cooling off towards the mid 70s. Going to be a slow cool down and a fast increase with those temperatures as we get ready for our Monday morning. So let's take a look at the overnight period. Again, dry and mostly clear skies by 10 o'clock, transitioning to completely clear by midnight and bringing some of that cloud cover a little bit more northern here in our viewing area. But again, mostly clear skies, a sunny start to our Monday. So at least we're not talking about a soggy Monday morning work commute. Monday morning's already bad enough. We're at least going to enjoy sunny skies, but that also means some toasty conditions. In fact, we're actually staying above average and just mild all around with those low temperatures as we're only cooling off towards the mid 70s here. We should be around 71 in Tupelo. We're around 74 tonight, so still above average and a mild start to the day. So better spend your time out there by the pool, at least while we're in summer. So definitely a way to cool off. Low 80s already by 8 o'clock, low 90s by noon, mid to upper 90s by 3 o'clock. But again, the main story is we're feeling significantly warmer than those temperatures outside, and we're actually going to feel like we're in the triple digits. So keep that sunscreen and that water bottle handy. It'll be the day to spend at the pool and pretty much the week to spend outside in the pool while cooling on off. So let's take a look at our Monday. This is starting off around 6 o'clock, mostly clear and sunny skies continue to be the story. That continues throughout the morning hours as we're working towards our lunch break. Still sunny and mostly clear skies above. That's going to also continue into your afternoon hours as we are celebrating our Monday done, getting ready for our Monday evening, celebrating a day done and getting ready for our Tuesday. By 6 o'clock, still sunny, dry, and definitely toasty. High temperatures, upper 90s all across our region. But again, this isn't what we really want to see. We want to know how it's going to feel. Still, terrible story. All of us well within the triple digits. Why we are in those heat advisories, a few of us in those extreme heat watches, which I'll pull up for you coming up later at the end of this broadcast. But very toasty conditions continue to be the story throughout the next few days. And unfortunately, it gets even toastier as we get ready for our Tuesday and heading into our hump day coming on up this work week. So let's take a look back at Futurecast as we get ready for our Monday evening, starting off at 6 o'clock. Still sunny skies, continuing all night long, or at least until the sun sets. We're not talking about any cloud cover overnight. Another beautiful sunny start to our Tuesday morning by 8 o'clock as we get ready for lunchtime and onward. A few rain showers trying to pop on up, which actually we can back that up because this is the latest version. So again, those rain chances, they're not quite off the table, but also pretty hard to come by here in North Mississippi. And you'll see what I mean just a second here. If we can get this to open on up. There we go. Let me move this over for you guys. And there we go. Okay. So if we go through this, again, Monday evening, we're talking about clear overnight conditions, staying dry even towards our Tuesday morning. So we're starting off around 8 o'clock with those mostly sunny skies above. That's going to continue all day long. And once we make it towards the afternoon hours, we can still technically talk about those summertime pop-up showers, maybe a thunderstorm. If you take a look here for North Mississippi, most of us stay dry. In fact, those rain chances continue to stay a little bit more prominent further east you go across the state line, affecting our Alabama counties. This one a little bit more prominent out there in Lamar. Actually kind of gets a little bit heavier out there towards the Gwinn community for a split second. Let's see if we can go back to time that just right around maybe 2:30 for your Tuesday afternoon. So there is technically some relief with those rain chances, but again, if you were to see them, you are extremely lucky. Most of us will continue to stay dry. These rain chances, they have an uphill battle to fight to see these verify. But again, we continue to stay mostly dry, maybe a few heavier showers out there towards Tishomingo County by 4:30, continuing on by dinner time and pretty much fading pretty quickly before maybe we could see another heavier shower getting closer towards Russellville by 6 o'clock on your Tuesday evening. So again, want to keep emphasizing that these rain chances, they're not quite off the table, but they're also kind of pretty close to non-existent as well. Most of us will continue to stay dry. Now, all of us will deal with these toasty conditions as we're reaching upper 90s. And one of us out here in Tupelo and Lee County reaching triple digits for our highs. So hopefully we're not making it that far up, but that is your projected high for your Tuesday. And that's just the baseline because again, the real story is how we feel. It's just significantly warmer. So warmer conditions still on the way. If it was a toasty weekend for you, it's going to be even toastier throughout your Monday, your Tuesday, and into your Wednesday coming on up. 7-day forecast is going to show you exactly that. 97 degrees for your high on Monday, working our way up towards the upper 90s throughout the rest of the work week, or we can finally start talking about maybe some of those rain chances trying to become a little bit more prominent. In fact, you can really think about a 10% for your Tuesday and Wednesday, like how we saw some of those rain chances. But again, it's going to be a struggle for us to see those verified just with this dominant ridging pattern that we're in with that heat dome, not really allowing many rain chances or thunderstorms to develop. But coming up in 60 seconds, we're going to take a look at those heat indices throughout the next 7 days and kind of prepare for this heat dome and this impactful heat wave making its way to North Mississippi. All that's coming up in the next 60 seconds.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Every legend starts somewhere.
Not with perfection, but with the decision.
The decision to show up, work harder, and believe this place can change everything.
At Northeast, you're more than just a number.
We're built on opportunity, and our students are willing to rise to the occasion.
Here, success isn't handed to you, it's earned.
You don't just leave with a degree, you leave as a legend.
You've been asking since literally day one, and now, in 3 days, she gets here. Mississippi Live News, local matters.
Looking for a place to finally call home? At Tupelo Home Center, we make it easy. From finding the perfect home to making financing a breeze, we'll take care of everything. Your new home is closer than you think. Pre-qualify today at TupeloHomeCenter.com.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Let's take a look at your heat indices for the next 7 days. We've talked about these warm and toasty conditions this weekend. Take a look at where we are compared to where we will be. We're starting off with this bar kind of right above 105 as we continue throughout the work week. Take a look as it just slowly increases, reaching its peak by Friday and Saturday on the 4th. So that relief, and is it coming by July 4th? Definitely not at this rate. So we're talking about warmer conditions just building up day after day after day. So keep the water bottle handy, keep pushing the water. My mom gets on to me for it all the time. So if I'm gonna start telling you guys to do it, I'll definitely have to get on it as well. So we're in this together, but definitely warm, humid, and toasty conditions throughout the next 7 days. That's going to continue to be the story. And I believe somebody mentioned this in the comments during the 6 o'clock. It's just due to all these dew points. Someone was asking, like, Caleb, can you please lower the dew points? I would if I could. We are talking about just moist conditions all across North Mississippi as these dew points kind of just stay consistently within the mid 70s. Take a look out here in the Delta. You'll see briefly some of those pinks kind of move on through, reaching the low 80s. And the more elevated those dew points are, getting closer towards those temperatures, it just makes us feel worse and worse as we go about the day. So this is kind of just a loop that started off around, I think, 10 o'clock, the last 12 hours, kind of building on throughout the day, seeing some of those pinks kind of move on through the Delta, 80 degrees, and that's what makes you guys feel drastically warmer than what those temperatures are reading outdoors. This is the same loop, but with those heat indices and how it really feels. Just take a look at that as we go throughout the day. By 2 o'clock, I mean 106 out there towards the Clarksdale region, pushing closer towards the 110 mark and on. So it's just these conditions, they continue to be the story day after day. They'll continue to be this way, but get even toastier throughout your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday, and onward all the way throughout the 4th. So keep the water bottle handy. It's going to be very soggy, or not soggy, it's going to be very moist outside with those muggy conditions. But take a look at those current heat indices just to kind of stop the loop right now at 10:13. I mean, we're still talking about mid to upper 80s, a few low 90s at 10:15 at night. So even if we are wrapping up our weekend trying to do any last minute Sunday evening plans, by 10 o'clock, we're still talking about feeling like we're in 90 degrees out here in Tupelo, 90 in the Golden Triangle region, 91 Clarksdale and Cleveland, upper 80s out there towards Greenwood. So no matter where you are here in North Mississippi, relief, not quite going to be the story. Stay indoors, spend your time outdoors wisely, keep that water bottle handy. That's going to be the story throughout the next few days. So we're talking about dry conditions, toasty conditions, and just downright muggy, sticky conditions throughout the next few days. Of course, we're going to keep you guys updated all week long as we go throughout this heat wave, getting ready for our 4th of July weekend coming on up. Best way to stay updated with us is with the Mississippi Live Weather app. You can go ahead, download, and share it to anyone you want with these QR codes on your screen. It'll take you either to the iOS or Android App Store, depending on which phone you have. Same app, just different platforms depending on your phone. And we want to make sure that you guys can join the Mississippi Live Weather family and keep you guys updated as we get ready for this toasty work week ahead. But until then, y'all enjoy the last bit of y'all's weekend. Make sure to stay cool indoors and do y'all's best to stay cool outside. We'll be live tomorrow morning at 6:37 and 7:30 as I'll make sure you guys are ready to go for your Monday and throughout this just toasty work week ahead. And of course, our chief meteorologist, Matt Laubon, and meteorologist Gabe Maynard will be back tomorrow evening, 5, 6, 9, and 10 to help celebrate a Monday done and to get you ready for an even toastier Tuesday and unfortunately an even toastier Wednesday. But until then, y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all's evening and an overnight period. Have a marvelous Monday. We'll see y'all back here live in the Room to Room Weather Center.
Rain, humidity, wind, and storms can take a toll on your home. When they do, trust the team at Absolute Restoration for roofing, water damage, and mold remediation. 662-760-4348.
When C.K. Little opened his doors in downtown Corinth nearly 80 years ago, his plan was simple: deliver excellent service and exceed expectations. That's why we say a little gift goes a long way.